we can come together cohesively.
If anybody can, you guys can. There's a little bird up here.
Yeah.
I'm going to high tea with the queen.
Yeah. Nice.
You may have heard a lot of people talk about dress form Christmas trees or diva trees. This is sort of like a Kwanzaa thing. So it's sort of like you would just use your fake garland here and make it like a skirt. So it's like she's wearing a dress. Here's one that you can do for Mardi Gras. We like to just say there's different ways you can repurpose and upcycle a dress form besides not just plain clothes. But people who are putting thongs or other kind of lingerie. I mean, every kind of body part you can think of. Feet forms. But because we work with different retail stores, it just depends on who we're working with at the time. So Macy's mannequins are going to be different than H&M mannequins. They're going to be different than JCPenney mannequins or Bloomingdale's or these ones we got here from H&M. See how these look like almost kind of clearish a little bit or kind of opaque. So whatever light you shine on, it takes colors. And then here's a plus size one we got from Torrid. So it just depends on who we got. These came from Adidas, athletic ones. So we're a liquidator, meaning that our inventory changes all the time. We always will have mannequins, but if you want that plus size girl, she may not be here 2 months from now. Once it's sold, it's sold. Then here we start getting into dress forms. Male, female. There's dress forms that have the partial pant leg. There are dress forms that are just a tabletop high. These are really popular. People are doing like pop-up stores. You know, they want something that's lightweight and easy to move around and allows them just to get the clothes off of the table or off of a hanger and people to see what it looks like. Then we got more torsos over here for the women. These are great for lingerie, as well as, you know, you can put pants on these, but they're really popular for lingerie more and more. But people don't realize how many different varieties of dress forms there are, right? Whether you want something with bendable arms. Do you want something with a collar? Do you want a stand that has wheels? Or one that's just on a tabletop? More over here. And heads, and we have a class, sort of like paint and sip, but we call it wine and design. Where you take a mannequin head, put a headband on it, and you can make the headdress of your choice. Whether you want something that's a mermaid, you want feathers, you want just a flower crown, and all these materials here that people get to choose from and design their own style headdress. And they really look really realistic looking. Look at these orchids. I mean, we call it sustainable because that way you can make a flower crown, you can wear it over and over again versus the flower crowns that, you know, real flowers, and then you can only wear it for like a week or so. But we have more than flowers. I mean, we've got jewels, we've got seashells, pearls, you name it, ribbon.
How long is the class, like the workshop?
It is 2 hours.
Okay, nice.
One example, there's a little bird up here.
Yeah.
I'm going to high tea with the queen.
Yeah. Nice. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah.
Or a wedding. A lot of people do it for like parties, special events. Just when it comes in, they're just laughing at me over here. Another thing we do is we have a lot of props that we get from retail stores, as well as Kiana, my designer here, is like a prop master. She made this fire hydrant here because we do dog photography. A lot of people love their dogs. Their dogs have Instagram accounts.
Right.
So the idea is they come in, and we also sell dog mannequins. Come in, bring your dog, come to our photo studio.
Pointer is most of the props.
Yes. She made all kinds of props. Look at these giant French fries and hamburgers. Just to make it kind of fun, have a picture of your dog sitting there with these cute little dog bowls. And maybe on the dog's birthday, they'll come in. That's why we have these fake cakes up here. So on the dog's birthday, when he's 5 years old, or maybe the 5th year that you've adopted your dog, you come in, take a picture over here with our photo studio with the props. We don't do that as much as we did before, but we're getting back to that.
Okay.
And then here's more mannequins back here. This is where we do all of our shipping and receiving. But I wanted particularly the lady in Atlanta to see the mannequins that we have back here. And we're just getting ready to get a liquidation from Macy's the end of the month, so we'll have even more. But you can see even with the headless mannequins, there's all different kind of poses. Do you want the hands on the hips? Do you want both legs spread apart? Do you want one leg right in front of the other? Mannequins, like people, just come in so many different varieties and shapes, even though mainly they're skinny. but different kind of styles, you know. Sometimes we have something we're just selling just the legs for people who want to do like yoga wear or leggings or things like that. Every body part we have. Okay, now once again, here we have used. We don't always have the same a variety, but we do have new ones on our website. But here is just the recycled ones.
Okay. Are your customers mainly stores, boutiques?
All across the board. I'd say probably about 50% are stores that maybe they have a pop-up store, maybe an online store or a retail store, because stores vary now. But the rest are people who want maybe a mannequin for an art project. Maybe they're doing a Halloween display or they're going to Burning Man. Sometimes people just want to do some sort of a tattoo design on it, body painting, they want to practice on that. Even it blows my mind the different reasons why people will want a mannequin. You think it's normally for stores. Sometimes people are blowing up something and they want to just have a body there. Or some people have gotten a mannequin with the head as a decoy to kind of pretend like someone is sitting beside them, either for the carpooling or like in somebody's house, just to have like a figure in there. So
when you started it, what was your concept? Was it to sell to?
No, because I wanted to do like one of the art projects in the front. I just wanted to take a mannequin, cover. Let's go with this more like cover with some mosaic. And actually, right now I have a little she shed I put in my backyard. I have a little seed mannequin there. She looks almost like a little fairy. You know, sort of like inexpensive garden sculpture, as opposed to spending something for a big concrete something. So that's how. That was my thought. But it was really hard just to find a used mannequin. I saw that someone was selling a used, and look at these that come in. I think they did this for Gay Pride. This came from a Macy's store. And they also had one that was pink and one that was green. We already sold those, but someone's coming in, they're getting all of these mannequins.
I love those.
Aren't those pretty?
They
really
are. They're so vibrant.
And some look more realistic than others in terms of the detail with the breast, or sometimes they'll even have like the clavicle, things like that. The more detailed, usually more expensive, the more realistic the clothes will look on you. But what happened is a guy was selling used mannequins online on Craigslist, and I was just going to buy one for the art project. And then I found out he was leaving the state and was the only place that you could rent a mannequin in the Bay Area. And I thought, you know, that's interesting. I said, I'm going to buy your mannequins. He had 50 of them. And I'm going to do this as a side hustle. That was all. It was going to be a little part-time side hustle, just renting mannequins. But then I found out that department stores just throw mannequins in their trash when they close or remodel, because they don't have anything to do with them. But they don't realize that, first of all, these are made of materials that don't belong in the landfill, and that they didn't realize that there's a secondary use for them. They're thinking if the mannequin has a little broken part or a chip, no one wants it. But a lot of artists want a mannequin for all kinds of things. So I convinced them to let me recycle the mannequins for them, which means they often give them to me for free or pennies on the dollar. And then that's how I resell them.
Nice, and that's a benefit for them too.
It's a whole circular economy thing. Everybody benefits. They don't have to pay expensive fees to dump them in the trash, because that costs a lot of money. You know, it's expensive to throw things away, right? Especially something on this size. And then it's a more eco-friendly choice, so it benefits there. No one was caring about eco-friendly back when I first started in like 2001, 2002. Now people are more concerned, like how can I make sure I'm disposing of these in a more ecologically friendly way. So it's calling me, and so everybody benefits. I can make a little money off of them. I sell them to somebody else at a much cheaper price. Like this particular brand of mannequin is normally $1,000 brand new. This brand, not all mannequins like that, but this is a particular brand because of the realism that they have. But I'm selling for $160. So see, for somebody who's really, now for somebody that still feels like a lot of money, but then I have some mannequins for $80 or $50. So I try to find a range for whatever people's price point is.